All right, my name is Mark Ross, and a lot of you probably already know me, but in case you don't, my experience is as an entrepreneur. I've been full-time at home for over 21 years, and I have been very successful in direct selling and marketing, internet marketing. My best internet marketing, I should say, strategy that worked the best for me was Amazon marketing, and man, that was a booger. That was tough. But had a lot of success in Amazon marketing. I have my own brand on Amazon. I've also been a crypto investor since 2017. I bought my first Bitcoin back in 2015. A friend begged me to, and I reluctantly bought it. I don't even remember what I paid for it for sure, but it was cheap. And back in 2015, crazy. But I really got going in 2017, and I learned a lot about the industry. I also started my own YouTube channel. It's only got about 3,000 subscribers. It's something I just do on the side. But what really got my attention was Tectum. And this is the first actual crypto company that I've ever joined, like to join their team. Like I've never been a part of a team before. I never was interested before, not like this. And so I'm here. And the biggest reason is because of what they're doing. You know, it's revolutionary, the Softnote and everything. But what we wanted to do, we wanted to just kind of do this AMA. I mean, it stands for Ask Me Anything. So we want to open it up and see if any of you people here have any specific questions that we can help answer, and just kind of talk shop a little bit and talk about the vision of where Tectum is headed. If you didn't see last AMA, you can go back to the recording. There's a recording of it. Make sure you get access to that on the Telegram. But is there anybody that has any questions about Tectum, about the Softnote system, technical questions, marketing questions, just any kind of questions that you might have that maybe we can help answer for you? And Trevor, if you want to introduce yourself, you can. I think everybody knows who Alex is too right now. This is a pretty small call. I'm expecting a lot more people on next Monday. I've got some plans, and I think some things are going to get really get going in terms of momentum. But we appreciate the people that are on this tonight. Is there any questions that anybody has that they want to ask?
I have a question.
Okay.
So once Softcap is complete, so are we launching on exchange after Softcap is complete at 7.6 dollars a coin, or we have to wait until the hard cap is complete too?
Okay, what we're doing is we're looking forward to launching on the centralized exchange, hopefully in the midsummer or till early to midsummer. We're going to be moving towards getting on the centralized exchange once the soft cap is hit. So this soft cap right now is this unbelievable opportunity to get Tectum tokens for $1. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to talk about here in a little bit why it's so ridiculous that price is so cheap. It's unheard of to get at $1 with the potential of what this is. But the centralized exchange will be coming. And in the meantime, we have kind of a schedule for like the pre-sale, the token pre-sale. And what that's like, Alex, is it okay if I talk about that right now, or do you want me to hold back a little bit on that?
Yeah, hello, everybody. Alex. Yes, Mark. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what we're looking at is once the 2.5 million cap is reached, the price is going to increase to $2. Again, this is the pre-sale price, okay? And to give you an idea of what that actually means, and it's going to gradually increase as we go. So people are going to see it and they're going to go, wow, I need to get these before the price goes up. But just to kind of give you an idea of what the potential is, I'm going to share my screen really quick and kind of go over what's in the coin market cap. Let's see here. Okay, let me do a screen share really quick here. Okay, everybody ought to be able to see that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of give you an idea. I'm going to go to the coin market cap. And I like to kind of help you understand when you're looking at the coin market cap, you can see that tokens are priced, through the exchanges on the coin market cap based on circulating supply and the actual total market cap itself. Okay, so you're looking at Solana here. I mean, I could take any one of these, whether it's Solana, whether it's Terra or Cardano or any one of these. What you look at when you're thinking of an investment, so to speak, and I'm not sitting here trying to sell you an investment, right? That's not the purpose of this call. But when you're thinking about, okay, what are these projects worth? What do they mean? When we look at these projects, every single one of these crypto projects on the coin market cap are their own blockchain. Not every one of them, but these top tokens here that I'm talking about. If I'm going to compare it to Tectum, we are our own blockchain. And what people are doing when they're speculating is they're looking at it and they're thinking, okay, if I like, for instance, the Polkadot project, I'm looking at the Polkadot project and deciding whether or not I think it's going to compete on the coin market cap. Is it going to outperform Shiba? Maybe I've got some Shiba too, because I think that's going to outperform Bitcoin. You know, most of these top 20 tokens, if not all, are going to outperform Bitcoin in terms of a return, if you know anything about investing. Why? Because the market cap is so much significantly lower that it's easier for it to go up, right? Like if you look at, for instance, Dogecoin, okay, it's a meme coin. Not a lot of use case there, but you look at that, it's got about a $19.6 billion market cap. If you go up here and look at the total Bitcoin market cap, you're looking at 882 billion. So it's going to take a lot more to get Bitcoin to move up than it will Dogecoin, right? So we have a supply at Tectum of 10 million tokens. That's the maximum supply. So the most that could ever be in circulation is 10 million tokens, okay, Tectum tokens. So what you're looking at is if you get into a market cap, I mean, let's compare Tectum. Tectum is the fastest blockchain in the world right now. There's nothing that even comes close, okay? Phantom does about 300,000 transactions per second. Tectum right now can do over a million, up to 1.3 million transactions per second. That's a pretty awesome technology, right? But what's most important is the Softnote, okay? I want you, ask me later if you don't know anything about the Softnote. If you're on this call, you should know what the Softnote is. But if you want to talk more about the Softnote and you have questions about the Softnote, please just bring it up. I'll talk to you guys about it. But this is a use case like no other. There's going to be projects, if you look at the coin market cap and you think about it, there's projects out there that want to use their blockchain in order to build projects, at least for most of them, okay? Like Solana, Terra Luna, Cardano, Polkadot. These are their own unique blockchains that other projects want to come and they like what they see and they want to build projects on their blockchain. Tectum is all that, okay? But it's even more. So if you were just to look at the Tectum blockchain and what it offers, what it's capable of, you'd say, wow, I could easily see it in the future showing up in the top 20, top 10, who knows? But when you take the use case of the Softnote on top of it, this revolutionary use case, this revolutionary concept of actually crossing the retail boundary like no one ever could before. Solana cannot cross the retail boundary. They can invite people to build projects. They can take on investors who think it's going to be a great project and a great blockchain and it's going to develop. There's a lot of believers out there in Solana. Great. Nothing wrong with that. You take Terra Luna, same thing, Cardano. But when you look at Tectum, you have that, but you also have this method that's going to actually make it so that, here's an example, like for instance, XRP, or let's go with Dogecoin because we just finished the node on Dogecoin, right? Alex, we actually just gained capability to actually create Dogecoin Softnotes. So yeah, right now, Dogecoin cannot help you cross the retail boundary. You can, but you can't realistically and feasibly purchase a small retail product with Dogecoin right now. It just doesn't make sense. You're going to pay the fees. You're going to look for transaction times. You're going to go through all this hassle. It doesn't make sense, right? The Softnote is going to actually, we're going to be able to create Dogecoin Softnotes, which actually brings more value to Dogecoin. Isn't it amazing that we have a project that's actually bringing more value to every other project out there that wants to help gain mass adoption, that also wants to have a practical use for it, okay? That's what the Softnote will do. When people get a load of this vision, I'm going to get around to what I was really the main point of it. You look at these market caps, okay? If you take, I mean, let's just go all the way down to Tron. Tron, 7 billion market cap. If Tectum had a 7 billion market cap right now, minimum, every Tectum token would be worth over $700 a token, right? Think about that. We're selling them to you for $1 right now. Incredible. So just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at right now, this is like the basement below ground floor opportunity. And that's what you're looking at. So I hope that kind of gives you some perspective. Does anybody else want to ask a question? Anybody else have anything they want to bring up? Any topics to discuss?
Mark, I actually sent you the Dogecoin sample,
Yeah.
the Softnote bill.
Yep.
Just about like a minute ago.
Got it. Yeah, I see that. And I'll show people that real quick too. I've actually got a copy of mine I can use as well.
I have a question, Mark.
Yes, sir.
And I've asked it before, and I've been explained it, but I'm still murky in my head. Looking at all those coins, I mean, and being new to crypto and all of that, my thought is, you know, like that Solana, all of those, you buy and hold. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to get my mind with Softnote. I do understand the utility of the Softnote for purchasing and, you know, being able to finally use the Bitcoin without all the fees. But as a retail investor, how am I going to see the proceeds, what do you call it, from using the Softnotes?
Yeah, there's a commission structure. So
Right.
there's and I want Alex to fill in the blanks for me, but there's the minter, the person who shows up and wants to mint soft notes. And then there's the liquidity provider, the person who actually gives those soft notes the value. Okay, so if we take a soft note, if you're just going to think about it here, if you're looking at Bitcoin, I like to use Bitcoin as the main example. If you're going to actually mint Bitcoin soft notes, okay, right now it's 100 Tectum tokens to mint 100 soft note bills in all the different denominations. And Alex, if you want to provide, I've got that chart, but I know you just created, I think you created a new one. If you want me to pop a chart up, I will. But there's all these denominations basically. And what happens is basically in this chart, it assumes the value of Bitcoin in this particular chart example, that Bitcoin is worth $50,000 a Bitcoin. Okay. What you're going to be able to have the ability to do with 100 Tectum tokens is actually mint approximately $76,000 worth of soft notes in Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin were $50,000 a token. Does that make sense? Follow me so far?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So then what has to happen is the liquidity provider has to come. So if you're the minter, you actually get to partake in 20% of the 1% transaction fees that happen to retailers all over the world, anywhere in the world. You're going to get access to those, you know, for the life of that soft note, as long as it's in circulation forever, that's going to come back to you. Okay. The second thing is the liquidity provider. So the liquidity provider comes in, and let's just say it could be a big time liquidity provider that wants to really go all out and provide liquidity to soft notes, or it could be someone like Joe, for instance, who comes in, logs into their wallet and says, I want to actually provide liquidity to a couple of soft note bills because I've got a purpose for it. Maybe, and I think in a lot of cases, especially early on, Joe's going to be thinking, man, I want to tell my next door neighbor about soft notes. I want to create one of these soft notes and just help my next door neighbor learn about it, right? So they do it and they pay the fees. There's a little Bitcoin transaction, like always. And then there's a 1% fee as well for providing liquidity. So if they take, I don't know, 110 bucks and they do $100 worth of soft notes, they will then be able to have that particular soft note, of which they can also distribute into circulation and potentially earn long-term off of that soft note. So does that make sense how that works?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah. And so And I
Mhm.
can really see that happening, especially in the beginning, because I could see, I mean, every crypto investor realizes the importance of mass adoption, right? And they're going to want to participate. So what you're doing as a mentor is it's not only a great potential rewarding opportunity for you, but it's also an opportunity to help partake in the mass adoption of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin in this case. Do you have any other questions about that?
No, and I can see that bringing all the coins into it, it would just propel them and benefit, the Tectum ecosystem.
Absolutely. Think about
Yeah.
this. Doesn't Litecoin become more valuable as a soft note than it would without it?
Right.
It's
Yes,
more,
all of them. Yeah.
it is. Exactly. It's like everything's more useful. It's like I never would have thought about spending a Litecoin, at the restaurant down the road. I would have never even considered it. But what if I just love Litecoin and I want to, and I come in here and I mint Litecoins, and then now I can go spend them. That makes Litecoin more valuable to the marketplace. And it just makes more sense. It's more useful. So anything else?
I appreciate it. I'm slowly gaining more understanding of it, but I appreciate it.
Absolutely. People, I want to get back to the coin market cap and then we'll bring out any other questions. Remember, people are investing in these projects, Cosmos, Litecoin, Chainlink, because they think they're going to increase in value. They think their market cap's going to go up. Why? The vision of what they have. Tectum, to me, provides a vision better than any other project out there and a better use case. And in my opinion, the only one that can really bring about that mass adoption by crossing the retail boundary. If people can't get this and not see the vision of that, then they don't belong in crypto. I mean, it is what it is. It's just the essence. It's really turning Bitcoin into what it was meant to be in the first place. Whoever invented Bitcoin, okay, and it's arguable, but whoever did it, the purpose of it was to create this currency that could go anywhere in the world, okay? But they didn't realize that maybe they did realize. I'm not going to tell you what they were thinking. I mean, they're a lot smarter than I am, believe me. But what has been realized in the marketplace is how impractical it is to actually use it, right? So this is going to turn Bitcoin, this is going to help make Bitcoin what it was meant to be. I hope you understand that. Anybody else want to talk about any other topics or questions or anything you guys want us to kind of describe or explain or talk about?
Mark, if you don't mind, I will expand a little bit on the entire paradigm of store of value of Bitcoin and other legacy blockchains. Hey, everybody. One more time, my name is Alex. Just kind of to step aside and give it. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me all right? Am I good?
Coming through.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
we can hear you.
Yeah. So it's like, as you noticed recently, Bitcoin and other major Bitcoin-based blockchain systems developed a trend to become more store of value rather than unit of account, rather than transport of value, due to specifics of their structure, specifics of their algorithms and in the payment structure, and I'm talking about increasing fees and their increasing delays, latency of the network, and having established their status, having proven their stability, having proven their cryptographic properties. Like, for example, Bitcoin possesses outstanding cryptographic qualities. Everybody knows that SCH-256 is unbreakable algorithm. And now, having proven all that, Bitcoin and other payment networks, payment systems, they have been slowly migrating into becoming store of value into of the crypto world. And though their value as an asset, especially digital asset, has been questioned by many and argued by even more people and even more uh, specialists and professionals of the industry, especially financial world, it is inevitable that Bitcoin slowly but surely becoming a store of value. As a system, as a digital system, as much as we are all acknowledging the superiority of Bitcoin cryptography, and as much as we appreciate Bitcoin network as a pioneer, as a front runner of crypto industry, we understand that Bitcoin is really not that flexible as a system. Well, no system, no digital system which managed to get to that scale is really flexible. I mean, it's really difficult to be flexible when you have 700,000 entities trying to keep a system alive. And how many miners do we have right now up and running? About like maybe 750,000, right? I believe last time I looked, it was like 650, about 700,000 miners, individual miners, mining the next algorithm. Yeah, I don't know, Mark, if you're going to be able to show it. Where I'm getting at is every system, a digital system, which is reaching its maturity, it's becoming unflexible. It's natural. Federal Reserve System became unflexible. Bitcoin system became inflexible. Ethereum system became inflexible, and maybe someday Tectum, as a in its entirety, as a big system, as a digital infrastructure, will become inflexible. Maybe one day, but right now, Tectum has and enjoys a great advantage in front of legacy systems, and this advantage is flexibility. We were able to bring to the market, and add to the digital payment system two major components: network protocol and then the actual consensus protocol. And by doing so, we allowed the interaction, the event, the whole entire event exchanging mechanism to become much faster, much more flexible, much more dynamic than anybody else could really offer to the market. And I believe that we're at the right place at the right time, and we believe that we in fact, in maybe in some philosophical way, maybe we are helping legacy networks to survive, by doing so, by providing that Softnote instrument as a transport of value. In a way, maybe someday one can say that we will help somebody to survive. Because further we go from a point of launching the networks, legacy networks like Bitcoin, the further we really go from that, going away from that original promise of free digital economy. That's where that's how everything started in 2009, you know, and even when we look back in 2014, 2012, I still remember when Bitcoin payment could have been made for like 10 cents, even 5 cents, but now it's impossible. Now it's impossible, and bridging that gap takes really disruptive effort and disruptive technology, and that's what our team was able to accomplish, and we're really proud of what we have done. And I completely agree with Mark that crossing that retail boundary really is the mission of what we're doing. Well, that's basically it, Mark. I mean, you can pick up from there. I wanted to touch base on that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So anybody else want to ask any questions at all about anything about Tectum or the Softnote system? We're just here to answer questions if anybody's got any.
Yeah, Mark, Bill Singleton. I got a quick question. Is it the underlying value of a soft note? Is it the actual spot market value of, say, a BTC or
Yeah.
USDT that gives it its value, or is it the liquidity provider, or is it both?
It's both. It wouldn't have any value without the liquidity.
Without either one, correct?
Right. And so then, of course, the Softnote becomes Bitcoin when it's minted in Bitcoin denominations, and then the liquidity is provided. The Softnote itself literally is Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah. So if Bitcoin price goes up, it's the same thing. I mean, it is what it is. So it is that value.
Yeah, I get that, but it's got to have that liquidity provider for to
Right.
have value.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Good question.
Do we have liquidity providers lined up for summer and beyond?
That'd be a question for Alex.
Yes, yes, Bill, we do. In fact, we are in talks with a couple of entities who are willing to use pour their liquidity into the system, and we're talking about very specific groups of people and or entities who are using Bitcoin and other crypto as a long-term investment anyway. One thing about liquidity providing, important thing about understanding what liquidity providing is that liquidity provider is not really investing liquidity as far as conventional investment model goes, because what's happening, like for example, when you want to pour one Bitcoin value into Softnote bill, what's happening? as far as Bitcoin network is concerned, you are only changing the wallet. The actual Bitcoin that which you invest into the Softnote remains yours, and it remains in your possession. It just changes the wallet. And what you're really investing is Bitcoin fees, because it will cost you to transfer Bitcoin from outside wallet inside the Tectum system will cost you $10 in commission, and Bitcoin commission. And if in case of dedicated wallet, and I should probably talk a little bit about our statuses, balance statuses, which is blue stripe, green stripe, yellow stripe, and red stripe. If we have time, we can touch on that if Mark allows me. Then what's happening is you really splitting a single Bitcoin balance of 1 Bitcoin between, let's say, 100 different Bitcoin wallets as a liquidity provider. So your real out-of-pocket cost is 100 Bitcoin fees, which are, in this case, are going to be discounted a wholesale costs, which are going to be like 5, maybe 10 times smaller than retail Bitcoin fee. That's what we call it. We call it retail Bitcoin fee. I mean, you see, when you get into Tectum, you're gonna run into lots of new terminology, which conventional crypto industry doesn't use. Like, for example, we have a term of retail Bitcoin fee and a wholesale Bitcoin fee. There is such a thing, actually. If you look statistically, average Bitcoin fee through the year is about $10-15. That's what we call a retail Bitcoin fee. That's what average user is charged. But in reality, miners get under $1. That's what miners get paid. They don't get paid the entire amount. And there is a way to minimize that fee. And that's what our system is designed to do. So when our smart contract mints Softnote bills, it does it using minimal amount of Bitcoin. Our system is designed to pay as little as possible. Mark, if you could be please so kind and open Tectum wallet and show that, demonstrate the screen.
Okay.
And show how our system is designed to make a payment. So what? While Mark is opening, logging in, I'm going to finish explaining what liquidity providing really is. So basically, when you are investing 1 Bitcoin, which is, let's say, worth $50,000, you're not really investing $50,000 until you sold your Bitcoin in the form factor of Softnote bills to be generated by the system. But what you're really doing, Mark, if you could click on a Bitcoin down there, yeah, on a bit, click on Bitcoin, please, and then click send. No, send, not send, send.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's dashboard, Mark. I asked you to click send.
Send, my bad.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you. Um, like like you yeah. Let me finish first. So what you really invest in, you really only invest in the out of pocket, your out of pocket cost to mint those soft note bills. And in this case, as I previously mentioned, we're minted hundreds of note bills. So let's say we're spending 100 wholesale Bitcoin fees, which are, let's say, $1, right? So you are really investing $1 multiplied by 100 soft note bills. You're really investing $100 because that's how much money you're really losing out of your pocket. That's $100. That's what really you are paying out of your pocket to mint those soft note bills. But the actual soft note bills, in total value of one Bitcoin, will never leave your wallet until you sell them to somebody, or trade them for something, or uh, use them to pay for something. Which is a really important fact to understand, because lots of people ask us, well, liquidity providing, how much liquidity providers are really going to make, and what is their return on investment, if or their reward in this particular case. If I'm liquidity provider, for example, and I provided 100 Bitcoins, which is $500,000, well, what is my return on $500,000 investment? Well, your investment is not $500,000. You have not invested $500,000. You only invested Bitcoin fees, which Bitcoin network will eat from your wallet, will consume from you, which is proportional to the number of soft node bills which system is going to mint, which is generate. It's very important detail, important aspect of soft node minting to understand for everybody who is considering becoming a liquidity provider. But now let's look at the screen which Mark is demonstrating. Right now we added an instrument. As you can see, there is a Tectum fee and there's a Bitcoin fee. Tectum fee is a fixed value. I will get to it at the end. I would like to talk about Bitcoin fee first. Bitcoin fee is comprised of a dust fee. Like Mark, try to move the mouse left into the red area.
Okay.
You see, it doesn't move.
Mhm.
It doesn't move because it's a dust fee. That's yet another terminology would like you to get familiarized with, because dust fee is the absolute minimum, a bare bone network cost. Dust fee is it's a very small fee. As you can see, it's 12 cents right now. It's actually, you can see it right up above it. The system shows it when you, well, yeah, 12 cents, yeah. That system immediately calculates it in a United States dollar equivalent, so to make it visual and easy to understand. So that's really how much it costs to place your transaction into Bitcoin memory pool. Bitcoin memory pool is not our terminology. They also call it transaction pool, TNX pool or mempool. If you don't know what mempool is, it's a third-party digital entity which collects and accepts all transactions based on a pre-existing ledger, Bitcoin ledger in this particular case. So once transaction is in a mempool, there's a 100%, 99.9% surety the transaction will be processed by Bitcoin network. Having said that, we come to the conclusion that it really takes only 12 cents to process Bitcoin transaction, right? Well, almost right. The problem is that dust fee, 12 cents, which you can see on the screen, is an average value, average statistical value derived from multiple internet resources, including Bitcoin network. But in reality, Bitcoin network can get suddenly overloaded because multiple entities or Bitcoin network users decided to put through lots of transactions, and price went up. And system will not accept 12 cents payment. System wants more money because Bitcoin memory pool operates based on a principal market demand, which is an auction-based principle. Higher the load is, the higher the price is. It's understandable. So we have invented a tool which allows users to raise that Bitcoin fee. Like right now, Mark, can you move it a little bit to the right? Put it on the border between yellow and green. You see, now it's already 23 cents. And now, Mark, can you please move it to another, like to the very green? Okay, now it's 46 cents. You see, now the chance that mempool accepts this transaction is even higher. And if Mark moves it all the way to the right, we see 69 cents. Now we know for sure that Bitcoin network will accept this transaction. We invented this instrument to make it very visual how Tectum network optimizes Bitcoin transfers. And this is not a Softnote payments. This is purely Tectum network being connected and integrated with Bitcoin network, because all transactions are happening on Bitcoin network, not on Tectum network, because Tectum network does not process and has no power to enforce anything on Bitcoin network. We all need to understand that Bitcoin network is an independent digital entity and Tectum network is an independent digital entity. But Tectum network has a freedom to run a second layer ledger parallel to Bitcoin network, and it has a freedom to control the fees. By having access to the proper resources of Bitcoin network. And Tectum ledger, when Tectum ledger does run its own ledger of Bitcoin transactions, it thus informing Bitcoin transactions that this transaction is good, it's been it's solid, and it's been placed in a mempool. So it does not take as much time, and we don't have to wait for Bitcoin network to fully process this transaction, because we know that it will be processed sooner or later. So when you transfer Bitcoin inside of Tectum network, you will notice that that the actual balance clears up instantly between two Tectum wallets. But if you go to Bitcoin Explorer, native Bitcoin Explorer, you will also notice that confirmation, a transaction gets confirmed with a little small delay, like, well, with about the same latency as a Bitcoin network, because as I previously said, Tectum does not control Bitcoin network. it only helps Bitcoin network. It's not designed to break Bitcoin network. It's designed to cover vulnerabilities and deficiencies of Bitcoin network. It's very important to understand that. Yep.
Good stuff.
And this is not even talking about, and we're not even getting to the Softnote yet. This is purely Tectum.
Yeah, I tried to help people understand earlier. I was saying, you know, the Tectum blockchain is very special in and of itself, but when you put soft notes in the use case there, it's just off the charts, the vision and why people will want to be part of it. Anybody else want to talk or have anything they want to say or maybe ask?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Mark. Hey,
Hey,
Alex.
Dave.
Hey,
Hey.
David.
How you doing? So, question. So the question I've got this second layer network that you're creating that's covering the vulnerabilities and you know not competing, not breaking, just kind of acting as a second layer. This second layer can be done on any coin, or in the future, or maybe not right this moment. Is that something that second layer can be used for soft notes for just about any kind of token or blockchain?
Very good question. Very good question, actually, Mark. I can answer this question if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
go ahead.
The short answer, David, is yes. Technologically, yes. It can be done with anything in any network. In reality, we have struggled with Ethereum network. Well, primarily not because we could not connect with them, but because they, how to explain it without offending anyone. Well, basically, they take money and then they don't do the job. So Bitcoin, like if Bitcoin memory pool accepted transaction, that means they took a fee from you already. And as we have seen on that gauge, when we moved that fee left and right, increased and decreased the fee, you if Bitcoin network accepted your transaction, Bitcoin network pool or Bitcoin memory pool accepted your transaction, it will for sure process it. So there will be a time lag of maybe 15 minutes before the necessary number of network confirmations will be reached, but it will be processed. With Ethereum network, it doesn't work like this. If the system miscalculates the fee, or it calculates the fee properly, but Ethereum network suddenly raises the fee, minimal fee, and it's not called a dust fee. They call it a gas fee. What happens? Transaction gets rejected out of memory pool, and it never reaches the miners. So miners don't get the fee, and they don't get transaction. You don't get your job done, but you lose your fee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I've had that happen. It's horrible.
So you pay for they get paid for the job, but they don't do the job.
Right. It's terrible. It
Yeah,
makes me so mad.
Me too. Believe me.
Yeah, and so we had this little trouble with Ethereum network, and the fee needs to be calculated with access and with like you need to really redundantly calculate fee of Ethereum network, because if they suddenly choose to raise their fee or their um, of their the algorithm, mempool algorithm, suddenly raises a fee, they will reject your transaction, but they will not refund the gas to you. They will not refund the fee to you.
Right. Right.
Um,
Thank you. So
so which makes it really difficult to work with them because they are not really like a centralized entity you can really appeal to, or write to the customer support and say, hey guys, can you please refund me my money? There's really nobody to talk to.
right. 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 Your SOL.
Right, you like
Um,
you really are like all left on your own.
but that's just Ethereum. So there's a
So
lot of.
so so far we ran into this problem only with Ethereum. Uh,
Mhm.
Litecoin network is proven to be easy to deal with. Dogecoin, which is basically a fork of Litecoin, if you didn't know, um, is easy to deal with. Tron is not easy to deal with, but because the ledger is very massive, it has a very big ledger, but it's relatively easy to deal with. And Tron's got low fees and are really like a pleasant network. I mean, it's really easy to integrate, friendly, and it took us literally 2 weeks to wrestle it down. Um, and it takes fees in TRX, in a native Tron coin, just like Ethereum does, uh, and it's really cheap. And last week we successfully launched Binance Network,
Oh, nice.
BEP20,
Oh,
BEP20,
wow.
and we did not really intend to jump on a BEP20 literally 2 months ago, but we suddenly noticed that Binance discontinued TRC20 support. I was trying to transfer USDT to Binance, and I noticed that our TRC20 protocol, which is a native Tron protocol, is unavailable for inbound transactions for USDTs on Binance. And we did a little bit of studies, and we discovered that Binance is trying to squeeze Tron out of market. Looks like there is going to be a little fight for survival in the nearby future, which will
They're trying
end
to
up.
squeeze out Tron. Tron, you said?
Yes, looks like Binance is going to try to squeeze Tron out of mainstream. Um,
That's weird because the two of them have been partnering together
well,
on launch pads.
we have not been able to transfer USDT TRX20 Tron USDT to Binance. You can still transfer it out of Binance. So when you want to transfer a USDT from Binance wallet to some other wallet, you will be able to do it. But if you want to transfer USDT from other wallet, outside wallet, to Binance network, Binance Binance will not give you TRC20 wallet for USDT, which is
Gotcha.
really strange. I could be wrong, but that's what was happening like 2 weeks ago.
Now I know you can send USDT on the Tron network, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
those are gonna have to be ERC20 USDTs, which is Ethereum. They're gonna have to be BEP20 USDTs, which is Binance Smart Chain Network, or they're gonna have to be SOL USDTs, which is Solana Network.
Okay. But what about sending on the, why are we able to send USDT on the Tron network, but not mint USDT soft notes that way on the Tron network?
Oh, sure we are.
We can. Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, of course we are. We can do anything. Once we get once we have a Tron node launched, we can launch. We can mint soft nodes with any Tron TRC20 based token.
Mhm.
Any.
It sounds
we
like.
we can even
I'm sorry.
do. We can. I just actually have only 1 minute left. We can, Mark. We can even mint Bitcoin soft nodes on TRC20. You know that Tron has its own wrapped Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin TRC20 Bitcoin.
I don't even know.
Yeah, and so does Binance. Binance has a Bitcoin in a wrapped mode. We call it a wrapped Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Wrapped, right?
Wrapped, and so you can transfer Bitcoin. You transfer Bitcoin using native Bitcoin protocol. You can transfer Bitcoin using a wrapped ERC20 protocol, which is the Ethereum protocol. You can transfer Bitcoin using TRC20 protocol, which is Tron protocol. You can transfer Bitcoin using BEP20 protocol, which is Binance Smart Chain protocol, and you can use you can send Bitcoin using SOL protocol, which is Solana protocol. I mean, we would love to add T12 protocol, which is a Tectum protocol, which would, I mean, would pretty much punch everybody else out of existence within 6 months, but it's probably gonna take time, and I'm not sure Binance would allow us to coexist in one ecosystem.
So when you send Bitcoin in your back office through the Tectum wallet, it's not being sent through the Tectum protocol?
No, it's not.
What's it being sent through?
Native Bitcoin protocol.
Just native Bitcoin, okay.
Well, you know, I mean, you need to understand that sending Bitcoin between two Tectum wallets is like taking your $100 bill out of your left pocket and put it in your right pocket.
Okay.
If you have $1,200 in your pants and you walk on the street, you know, you took a couple $100 from your left pocket and you put it on your right pocket. I mean, how long is it gonna take you to calculate how much money you have left?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do know you have $1,200, right?
Right.
So, do you need anybody to confirm that you have $1,200?
Nope.
You really don't, because it's your money. So that's what's happening. We, when it comes to Bitcoin crypto transfers between two Tectum wallets, you don't need Tectum protocol. It's native Bitcoin protocol used here, and this is a layer 1 solution. So in this particular case, this is not level 2 solution. I just want to make sure that we're clear about that. This is not level 2 solution. This is not a wrapped model.
Yeah.
Layer 2 solution is a Softnote. Softnote is a layer 2 solution because we're really tossing Bitcoin wallets around with a speed of sound, you know. But when I transfer Bitcoin from my wallet A to your wallet B, I am basically just swapping the public key in our Bitcoin node attached to Tectum network.
So are there any Tectum fees for that kind of a transfer?
Yes. So there are Tectum fees only if you transfer over $100 value of Bitcoin. But only
so when
only if you transfer Bitcoin value for over $100.
I see. So when Mark was moving that little knob thing, and we saw it go to 69 cents before. Is that? I just want to make sure I understand this. Is that 69 cents a Tectum fee, or
No,
is that
no.
a Bitcoin?
It's a Bitcoin.
Okay, so there's got to be a Tectum fee somewhere in there, I'd imagine, right?
No, Tectum fee kicks in only if you transfer the value of Bitcoin
Over $100. Yeah.
over $100, over $99.
Okay, so that example that you were doing before was under 100.
Yeah.
Well,
I see. I came in a little late.
That example which we were doing before was zero because we did not even enter amount. We just moved it. We just moved
See, look, if
around.
I change the amount to 0.10, like it's 4,000, close to $4,000.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Mark, thank you. Look, it works actually.
Yeah.
So you've
Yeah.
got a little
Yeah.
fee here.
You see here.
Okay, so what's the Tectum fee versus the Bitcoin fee for that?
Well, it's a good question. It really is not a Tectum fee. It's a fee. It's a cost of minting Tectum coin. Tectum coin is a reward coin for Tectum nodes, because Tectum is a blockchain. It also has nodes, just like every other blockchain, and those nodes are responsible for maintaining the entire ledger, well, basically the entire operation, minus interface, minus backend, which cannot be run by blockchain. So, and Tectum nodes get paid in Tectum coins. Tectum coin is a Bitcoin stabled coin, and that means that Tectum coin can be instantly cashed into Bitcoin or any other crypto which is used to mint Tectum coin, because Tectum coins are not mined like Bitcoins, they're minted, which is by far less energy, which consumes by far less energy than it does to mint Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other coin. So, so what's happening when Tectum coin is minted? The value of a Bitcoin, which is 20% of our retail Bitcoin fee, is added to the transaction, like what Mark is doing right now. Look, $158 worth of Bitcoin. He just
20%. You said 20% of the Bitcoin fee. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pareto. It's called the Pareto principle.
Okay.
Pareto was
the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule.
Yes, bingo.
I know.
Exactly. That's exactly what it means. Basically, this principle, well, one of the interpretations of this principle constitutes that only 20% of all our efforts amount to any success. And that's the principle we use. Our system calculates how much Bitcoin fee is. Let's say it's $10, and I'm talking about retail Bitcoin fee, because we have terminology, such term as retail Bitcoin fee and wholesale Bitcoin fee. Well, wholesale Bitcoin fee is that $69. That's a wholesale Bitcoin fee. Well, it's
69 cents, you mean?
Yeah, it's the highest, the highest top sale Bitcoin fee. But if Mark, you move your that to all the way, gauge that to all the way to the left, it's 12 cents. That's the lowest wholesale Bitcoin fee. That's basically the money, the fee we're offering straight to the miners, to Bitcoin miners, more precisely to Bitcoin memory pool, because Bitcoin memory pool kind of represents miners. In reality, it's a third-party entity. And what's happening here, miners get paid that small amount. And
That's where they need hundreds of them, right? Look at it.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But it works. You see, the system works, and there, just like Winston Churchill once said, he said, imperialism is a terrible social system. But unfortunately, nobody was able to come up with anything better so far.
Right.
So Bitcoin is a terrible system, but it works. It's perfect. It's perfect. It maintains that balance between those who are in the game for a profit and those who need their value transferred securely and privately. But unfortunately, we cannot say inexpensively anymore. We used to be able to say that, but now we can't. Well, however, the value of the Bitcoin network is obvious, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Our job as a network of newest generation is not to make Bitcoin network look bad. We love Bitcoin network. Our job is to cancel those vulnerabilities and to plug those holes, which inevitably every system ends up with through the years of functioning and through the years of operating. Every system gets holes. It's normal. Time goes by. Technology doesn't sit on one place. The world around us evolves. It moves forward. Bitcoin network grew out of proportion, and it has become massive, but it still serves perfect as a store of value. And that's where Softnote really fits perfectly as a frictionless transport of value.
Anybody else want to talk about anything else?
Yes, Mark, I have a question. Earlier you mentioned, hypothetically speaking, if a Bitcoin was at 50K, you mentioned that 1 TT is equivalent to how many soft notes?
Well, it would be 100 Tectum tokens to actually mint 100 soft notes, which in denominations would be worth $76,000 in Bitcoin, if Bitcoin were worth $50,000 a token.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that.
Yep, no problem.
Real quick, at your last meeting, you stated that the amount of soft notes would potentially grow based on the need of them, because 10 million just isn't enough to supply everyone. What's that rate going to be at, and how will that transfer over for the 1-to-1 ratio of soft notes to TET?
There is no ratio, and there should not be no ratio. Unrelated metrics, unrelated parameters, and unrelated markets. They are not even the only connection between each other. The only connection between the fixed number of emitted Tectum tokens and potentially unlimited to be minted Softnote bills is that Softnote bill can only be minted with the help of a Tectum token. That's their own point of contact, point of connection. They're not related to each other.
Yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but the purpose of a Tectum token is to mint soft notes. Like that's what its purpose is. Right now,
Correct.
it's 100 Tectum token in order to mint 100 soft notes. So
Yeah,
when
Mark,
are you talking
Mark,
about? Go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm trying to gentleman to ask next question. I'm trying to get him to ask to ask next question.
Go ahead.
Yes, with the TET token, I understand that. My understanding of the last one, though, was when TET becomes a soft note, then that TET token is freed up to go back into either the account or back on the exchange so that someone else can buy it to mint another soft note. Is that correct?
Almost correct. The Tectum token is the tokenomics of Tectum token are designed to make Tectum token rotate perpetually. So let's use like a couple use cases. Let's use a couple examples. The system right now we're selling Tectum tokens. You are buying them for $1. Month from now, Softnote bills will start to get minted. You decide, example one, you decide to convert your Tectum tokens into Softnote bills. You log into your Tectum wallet, you click button mint Softnote bills, and the system will cancel your, well, it will take your Tectum token balance in the proportion of per 100, because Softnote bills, they come in a package of 100. I can explain a little bit later why 100 is a minimal package. And the system will mint 100 Softnote bills for you. And your Tectum tokens will go back into the system. They will go to Tectum nominal treasury account and become available for sale again. They will become available for sale, and depend on our time and the period or stage of sale. They will either go to an exchange, or they will be sold right on Tectum side. But at this time, they will be sold at their current value. If at that point Tectum tokens will be already listed on an exchange, then they will be sold at a rate or current rate right here, right now, that exchange is selling them for. Let's say they go up in price to $20. So the next person who wants to buy Tectum token will have to pay $20 per token. Mark, am I correct?
Yep.
And the use case number two, example number two is, let's say you decide to hold off, to wait with minting Softnote bills, and you decide to try your luck on exchange. You'll log into your exchange account and you transfer your Tectum tokens to your exchange wallet, and you sell them at whatever rate they're selling it at this moment. Let's say it's again $20 per token, and you have 1,000 tokens, so you will get $20,000 for those 1,000 tokens. And the person who buys them from you will have a choice of selling them for $25 or $30 or $1,000, or they have a choice to use those tokens to mint Softnote bills.
Okay, thank you. And as a follow-up to that, you can also unmint Softnote back into TET, or does that unmint into the coin?
Well, you well, it's a very it's a new interesting term, unmint. We call it burn. Yes, you can take Softnote bills out of circulation. You're absolutely correct, but you do not get Tectum token as a result of unminting, of burning a Softnote bill. What you get is you get the store of value of that Softnote bill, and for the sake of a dialogue, let's talk about Bitcoin only for now, if you don't mind. So let's say you decided to burn a Softnote bill value of 1 Bitcoin. Well, let's use common sense. How many beneficiaries does that Softnote bill have?
It'd be just one, the Softnote. Well, 4 actually, wouldn't it?
Exactly. More than one. The first beneficiary is the guy who used his or well, gal who used the person who used their Tectum token to mint that Softnote bill, right? Well, the second one is liquidity provider. And the third is the Tectum network. So all three of them need to be refunded before the Softnote bill will be burned. Well, let's calculate. Let's say you minted that Softnote bill and you spent $10 for your Tectum token. So Tectum token is worth $10 right now. And a liquidity provider transferred that Bitcoin to that Softnote bill account and spent $5 in Bitcoin fees in order for the Softnote bill to be filled with value. So that's 10 plus 5, it's already $15. And Tectum network needs to process the entire event, which will amount to maybe, let's say, another couple dollars. So that's $17. So that would be the common sense cost for the person to burn their Softnote bill and to get that Bitcoin out, which brings us to the conclusion that a smaller denomination Softnote bills will have a kind of prohibitive costs to burn. Well, you would not probably be willing to spend $17 to cash out $10 in Bitcoin, would you?
No, but that it does explain it. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's great. Unless we have any other questions, I think we can conclude the call. Anybody else have anything they wanted to talk about? Okay. There's basically 585,481 left to meet the soft cap, folks. And so this is your last chance right now to get it at $1. And I've kind of explained to you guys why that is so ridiculous. $1. It's just absurd. So I hope you guys take advantage of it. Thank you everyone for coming on the call, and we'll see you guys on the next call next Monday night.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Alex.
Got it.
Cool. Appreciate
Got
Thank
it.
you, everybody.
You bet,
Thank
guys.
you, everybody.
Bet.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Good night.